Hello, beautiful souls. Today's message is a deep message for those who are feeling, I hear defeated, and I see the Five of Swords. I see Lady Mother Isis. She's the goddess of death. Not necessarily the death and rebirth, but she's the goddess of the deep forms of shadow work that it takes to create a quantum shift, that it takes to bring healing and change into our lives. And I hear notable change. I see her very, very clearly, and I see Horus. She didn't want me to say it like that. How would you like me to say it? I hear the space in between, and I see the clogged chakras, and it's opening up to a new heart center. And when I said that, I saw Horus and opening up the third eye, and the crown into a new space of creation. But there's a space within that is, I hear, clogged, disbelief, uncertain, unchanged. So, like, things are unchanged, and it feels very frustrating. I hear defeated again, and I see the Five of Swords. I'm going to pull some tarot, and I'm going to listen. The space in between, and I see an ant symbol, and I see a white snake. A white and yellow snake. Okay, she wants me to read the cards. Oofda. We have the Eight of Swords reversed with the Hangman. Oh, okay. Alright. So the energy that you're coming out of is this Eight of Swords and this entrapment energy, which it's a lot like that Five of Swords, feeling defeated, feeling stuck, unloved, uncherished. I hear uncherished. And there's a space where the universe... this must be your words. I hear the universe hasn't been very giving. There's a space of darkness within this healing journey. It brings me to shamanism and befriending your darkness. Befriending your path. Befriending the chaos. Befriending abuse. Not saying be friends with your abuser, but be friends with those spaces of abuse within you. There's a huge space of alchemy happening, especially when I grab my Hermetics deck. A huge space of alchemy. This is something that's been going on since childhood or definitely teenage years. Okay. And it's the Eight of Swords with the Hangman. This is reversed, which is very, very beautiful, but she's very bound. It's a being tested. Somebody's being very tested. Me wide open. Oh. So it brings me to the space of opening the heart space and releasing yourself from the, I hear, dynamic and tainted past. Dynamic, tainted past. It's also here with the Hangman. And the Hangman has a really deep energy about surrender, releasement, aboundment, unchained, unhinged. But there's a space where there's a decision that has to be made. And it's very much so in the mind. There's a decision that has to be made. Like, what is this decision, Lady Mother Isis? It definitely has to do with business. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. Not just business, but life, forward movement. There's a lot of growth in the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of growth happening, but the Eight and the Ace are reversed in the Nine. So there's a part about being single. There's a part about being, I hear solopreneur. There's a part about being a solo business owner that is a difficult heritage to break. Interesting. A difficult heritage to break. And it brings me back to epigenetics, and it brings me back to breaking these systems with the family line. And I see a huge universal clock. Breaking the systems with the family line is like this hangman energy, this breaking from the tree of Odin energy. These are reversed because this is what you're shifting through right now. It probably feels chaos. It probably feels uncomfortable. You probably feel powerless. My solar plexus feels very, I hear etched, like, almost like glass etching. And it's showing me like glass etching. Interesting. She wants me to go on to the next pile. What you're coming up onto, how do you want me to read this? Because both sides are, there's like two sides of the coin. And it's, oh, okay, so it's showing me like it's showing me two different timelines coming into a new heritage. Interesting, a new heritage, a new system. I see blue, baby blue, and dark blue. I see an emerald green and yellow. Which one do you want me to read next? We're going to go with this one. We have the 8 of Cups and the 3 of Swords also reversed. So it's like this space of, I am choosing me. You're choosing to walk away, walking towards your dreams. And it shows me this 8 of Pentacles and this 9 of Pentacles, which is the 9 of Pentacles. It adds up to a 9. So there's huge endings that are taking place here. And I see this finger. There's a finger on this Ace of Pentacles right here in my Hermetics deck. And it's like somebody's been poking their finger at you for a really, really long time. These is painful endings, especially with the 3 of Swords. Like painful endings. And it's like, it's a disease. Interesting, it's like a disease in your bloodline, because these look like virus attacking viruses. Interesting, like a COVID or like a sickness or like a, I hear mental illness. Interesting. It's been attacking your bloodline for a really long time. This bug right here looks like a bee. So it's like you have been a very, very busy bee to break these genetic codes, to break these ancestral struggles, beliefs, starvation, slavery, abuse, toxicity, like mental struggles, like belief systems, mindsets. Like there's a huge space where this has been a huge, huge challenge for you, and there's been a lot of work that you've been doing in your family line. You're finally walking away from this. These are reversed. This is something, okay, I got you. These are reversed because you need to remember that you've already walked away from these things, and the more you continue to choose you, the more that you're bringing yourself freedom. Beautiful. The more you continue to choose you, the more that you're bringing yourself that space of newness. I hear uncovering the truth. All of these cups are straight up right here. All of these 8 of Cups. So it's like you've went through 8 life lessons or 8 emotional spaces of turmoil. That you've overcome 8 emotional heritage patterns. Interesting. I'm like, how do I word this? How do I label this? These swords are from Knights Templar, from the Bronze Age and the Knights Templar. Interesting. So there's like, this has been in your family line for a long time. That's why it's holding on so tightly. So congratulations for being the warrior, even though you don't feel like it. You're probably exhausted, tired, feeling hopeless or worthless, or like nothing's ever going to change no matter how much work you've put in. And that's not true. It's shifting. I'm looking at the High Priestess over here, and the moon has shifted on my grid right here that I've had a grid up for a while. The moon has shifted, and you're about to receive the blessings through the darkness. And it reminds me of this tattoo I have right here. It's coming through the moon signs. The moon signs is the dark emotions that we've been trapped in for a long time. And as we come up into the lotus flower, we come through that space of darkness. We go through these layers, these 8 lessons for namesake. Interesting. These 8 lessons to get up to this beautiful lotus flower. So it's like this space where you need to remember that you're almost through that darkness. You're almost through that lotus flower. Let me pull it. Oh my God, we have the sun. Wow. Wow. You're almost through that lotus flower. Oh, I have goosebumps. Like trust. You're almost through that. And look, there's 2 women dancing. They're celebrating. I said, oh, their heritage. They're celebrating their heritage. A lot of ancestral shifting happening here. Interesting. You need to remember that this is all clearing through you and for you. And in the center, I almost cut myself. This glass, this is a very antique table, and I almost cut myself on the glass. So it's like this has been a very a very painful journey for you, and very like walking on eggshells, or very like walking on broken glass, or like I don't want to piss anybody off or tiptoe, like feeling like you're very in a space where you have to stay protected. I hear hinged, feeling hinged. It's like a squeaky door is like stuck, and you're like trying to, are you opening it or closing it? You're like, I don't know, I just see it squeaking, and you're like, I don't know what to do, and you're stuck on this door thing. You need to remember that you've already faced all these things, and this is just clearing. Pluto's in Aquarius. Okay, this stuff is clearing. And not just Pluto's in Aquarius, because Saturn is shifting out of retrograde as well as Uranus. So this is the space where you're really needing to remember that as these planets come out of retrograde, you are stepping out of this. I hear behold a new segment, a new self. Behold a new self. It's like I have I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't know, it's like there was something in my shirt. I don't feel anything there now. Weird. And then it's coming up to this Fool and the Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords is reversed because you're really struggling with the mindsets. You're really struggling with the belief systems. But you're already manifesting this new start. This beautiful little critter right here. You probably have animals, or I hear some animals. There's this critter right here is kind of running the other direction. And you're like, just doing your thing. It reminds me of the Buddha path. Sitting with the darkness, sitting with your demons, and accepting every single one of them as they are. And even like that space of abuse, or I hear obnoxiousness. Interesting, obnoxiousness. There's a space where you're needing to remember that you're already shifting these things. I want the top one again. We have the Ten of Wands. It's been a hard-won victory, but you're already protected. Remember that you're already protected. They cannot touch your dreams. It's about to manifest. I hear manifest. I hear unfold. I haven't been enjoying the word manifestation, but there's something about this word specifically that means something for you. So there's a space you're really needing to trust and remember that this is part of the awakening, emergence, reemergence. And then we have the Five of Wands. Look at the lions right here. So these lions are like, oh, this is like really hard won. Really hard won. And I see Horus coming through, and there's these wings right here. So there's a space where you're about to shift into a whole new dynasty. I hear dynasty, and it's showing me like, is that Europe? Dynasty? It's like the Bronze Age was way older. I'm looking at like a medieval village or something. Why do I hear dynasty though? I do hear the Bronze Age again. It's very interesting. There's a past life energy. I hear past life reversal. That is, you're coming into a wholeness, a fragmented self. If anybody is interested in any tarot reads, Akashic Records reads, really connecting to your true self, freeing yourself from any blocks, I hear ancestral patterns, feel free to reach out. I have a few books open. We have the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands. It brings it to a 12, which is a Queen of Wands. This is a huge I hear uprising. And it's like a guardian spirit is guiding you through an uprising. It's interesting that they had me added up like that. There's a space in between that you're awakening into something new, and they want me to pull from this light worker deck down here. Does anybody else need to be heard and seen in this space? Both of these have this bird. So really connecting to birds, really connecting to your animal guides. Definitely your bird guides, because it's helping you rise up out of something. No, it's in here. It's like I see a highway. I hear put the steps beneath you. Interesting. And I see like a highway, driving down a highway, and a really beautiful sunset. I hear rocky terrain. It's like a rocky terrain around it. You're needing to remember who you are. Do not forget your power, beautiful child of the light. All stories I've been told, I walk through the valley of my own shadow. From all those stories I've been told, I walk through the valley of my own shadow. So it's like the space of, I have huge goosebumps. This space where you have walked through the valley of your own shadow. You've walked through the belief systems. You've walked through the mindsets. You've walked through mental abuse, mental struggle, not just from yourself, but from outside people or family members. There's a space where you are walking through these shadows and you are like, do not forget your power, dear child. I hear that again. Like, look at these faces as if you've already overcome them. And it's showing me this Hangman card again. Like, do not forget your power. You're in this space again because it's like a final straw, or like a final path, a final walk through the land of your shadows, like your shadows. And it's bringing me back to the beginning when I was talking about shamanism. Like, we befriend our shadows. We befriend our demons. And it's like, it's such a deep context for me to, I won't be able to explain it right now. I won't even touch on it. But there's a space where we befriend our shadows. We understand the deepness of what or who, why, right? We accept it as is. And there's a space where you're needing to do that. And I hear needing as a really, really strong word. And I feel like that's part of your subconscious when you're like needing to do that. When really this is a space where you're going to be connecting to freedom. Connect to the freedom of that. You've already faced that. I haven't even looked at this card yet. This is what you're I hear needing. Interesting. You don't need anything. Everything you have is already within you. It's the freaking Merkaba of spiritual protection. Remember I said you're already protected with this 10 of Wands right here? This Merkaba is way bigger. Did I say the space in between, or is that something I've been in my meditations? Because I've been deeply working in my chakras and clearing a lot of chakra energy for the collective. And the space in between is part of the chakra uprising, right? It really connecting to the deepness of your chakras, freeing yourself and connecting them more into alignment with your earth, with your root chakra. And there's a space where your chakras are clearing to connect really deep to the earth. Oh my God. So you've been doing a lot of earth work. Interesting. Which is these heritage patterns. Oh my God. Congratulations. Oh, the sun card. That's why the sun card's okay. This is big. This is big. And you're breaking through those ancestral patterns that are in your root chakra. Like, you're freeing your root chakra so you can uprise. I hear uprise, and it's showing me this. I hear, I don't know what that is. I hear guardium, and guardium and datum. I don't know what that word is. There's a space where your chakras are healing. You are healing. Your body is healing. You might not feel that because you're in this 5 of Swords. You're in this 5 of Wands. You're in this 7 of Wands energy. You are protected, right? You are healing. And it's really important for you to remember that your chakras are activating to a new light body energy and frequency. Your aura is probably shifting. Your body probably hurts. Your bones might hurt. Your joints might hurt. Your food is I hear requesting change. Interesting. But there could be old habits that are keeping you from feeling this light. You're probably in this space of, I hear darkness. You're probably still in the space of darkness. So remember, you are the alchemist. You're shifting all that is. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is such an important collective because you've come so far and you've shifted so many things. And I hear I'm over it. I hear I'm over it. So remember that you hold the key. I'm like, just a few more steps. I hear just a few more steps. A lot of 7. 777. 717. Ooh, that's a good angel number. I would look that up. Don't forget your power. Like, you've already worked through these things. You're not stuck in them. It's something that's shifting with Saturn energy. Wherever your Saturn is in your chart, it's shifting for you. And I would also look up your Saturn return, where Uranus is, and what house Pluto is in. Because these are going to shift for you. All right. I love you guys. 1919 on the clock. Love you.